for some valuable lessons. When someone asks you a question and you don't want to answer it, here's the manipulation technique you can use. It's called the false answer technique, and it simply involves asking yourself a question and answering it to give the impression that you've responded to the person's question. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's say I'm talking to someone and they asked me if I cheated on my girlfriend instead of answering yes or no, knowing that the answer would embarrass me and put me in an uncomfortable position. If I did cheat, I would say to the person, if you're suggesting that I'm a cheater, I'm not a cheater. So the answer is no. In this case, there are two types of people. The first type may not realize what I'm doing and will continue. The second type may be suspicious, and to prevent them from realizing that I didn't actually answer their question and pointing it out, I would immediately ask them a question that diverts the conversation away from the topic. I would say something like, but wait, what are you really trying to say here? Does that mean you don't trust me in some way? So what does our friendship rely on if you don't trust me? As you can see, I divert the conversation from the main point, making them justify themselves. By repeatedly shifting the focus, I ensure the original question is forgotten. This approach helps in situations where you don't want to answer a question. Ask another question and answer it yourself. If they don't realize, continue the discussion. If they catch on, redirect with an awkward question. And guess what? This technique is legal. Technique number 2. Persuading someone to agree with you is like a secret skill. Imagine you want your friend to agree with you about something. Well, you can use a kind of mind trick to make that happen. It's like offering them a sweet deal that's hard to resist. Here's how you do it. First, you make your friend an offer, something that benefits them. Maybe you're trying to convince them to go see a movie with you. So you tell them it's a fantastic film they'll love, and they won't want to miss it. Next, you focus on the good stuff. You explain all the fun they'll have at the movie. The thrilling plot, the awesome actors, and the fact that it's the latest blockbuster. Now remember, nothing's perfect. Even great movies have some tiny flaws, like maybe it's a bit long or it's at a theater that's a bit far away. But you don't dwell on these things. Instead, you mention them briefly and then go right back to talking about how amazing the movie is. And here's where the magic happens. By talking up the advantages and briefly mentioning the disadvantages, you're making your friend more likely to agree with you. It's like they're falling into a friendly trap that you've set. But it's a trap that feels good. What's interesting is that most people don't realize they can do this. It's a bit like a hidden superpower. But you know who's an expert at this? The folks in the marketing world. They use this technique all the time to make you want to buy things. Let's take a quick example. Have you ever seen a chocolate advertisement that says the price of the chocolate has been lowered? It seems like a sweet deal, right? The ad shows a big, bold price drop for that delicious chocolate bar. It's hard to resist. But here's the twist. If you really look at the ad, you'll see something sneaky. The weight of the chocolate has been reduced too, not just the price. So you're not getting as much chocolate as you used to for that lower price. It's a bit like a clever magic trick. This ad fools us into wanting that chocolate bar, even though we're not getting as much as we think. It's like they're playing a little trick on us. Understanding this technique can help you make better choices. Whether it's agreeing with a friend, making decisions in your everyday life, or not falling for the marketing tricks, knowing how this mind game works gives you the upper hand. It's not just about buying.